Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. One to the foreigners in the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. Quick show to the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, something I just read. I just want to elaborate on that. Ecclesiasticus Sirach 36, I'll start at 11. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together, and inherit thou them from the beginning. So what it means, inherit, well, from the beginning. What was the beginning? The Lord had chosen Israel. Fact. Hold on. I didn't have that on deck, but it's always good. Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord would have mercy on Jacob, and would yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. So it said, I'm going to read an NLT real quick. It says, but the Lord will have mercy on the descendants of Jacob. He will choose Israel as his special people once again. So we know the word again, meaning past tense. All right. So the Lord chose Israel from the jump. Let's prove that real quick. Deuteronomy 7:6 says, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So the Lord chose Israel to be a special people unto him. All right. He chose Israel, not the other way around. Verse 7, the Lord did not set his love upon you. No, chose you because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, see, blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Lord loves he loves us dearly. And this is a father's tough love, so to speak. That's why we're in the conditions that we are in. But you as special people, out of all people on the planet Earth, who sticks out the most? Music, entertainment, sports, even science. All right? Which they won't tell you that a lot of the great inventions came from the Israelites, so-called black men. All right? Hispanics, Native Americans. You name it, we had a part into it. So we set the tone for the world regardless. It says, because the Lord loved you, and because he keep the oath with which he had sworn unto your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and have brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, and from the hand of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. So it all boils down to this particular moment in history. And the Lord does not change. All right. It says, verse 12, O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name. I just read it, Isaiah 14:1. All right. The Lord clearly doesn't have mercy on Jacob. No matter what Jacob have done, all the sins, the sinful acts that Jacob committed, overall, like it says in Romans 11:33, that all Israel shall be saved. All right, but it starts with the elect. It said, whom thou hast made thy firstborn. So where did you get this concept of the firstborn? Exodus, I believe it's 11. I was thinking of this particular scripture, but it's not that. It's what the Lord told Moses to tell Pharaoh. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's not, it's in Exodus, I know that. There it is. All right. Exodus 4 and 22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, Israel is my son, even my firstborn. So the way a man loves his firstborn is the way the Lord loves his people. Right? And tells you second Ezra. No, it is second Ezra 6th chapter. The reminder that the Lord made that statement. What the Lord did for Israel in the land of Egypt, no other God in creation has ever did that. All right, that's something that's a imprint in the minds of our people. To this day, people talk about stories, how the God of the Bible fought for his people, but some odd reason he all of a sudden he's no longer to be fighting for his people. You people are bugged out. All right. It says, "Oh, be merciful unto Jerusalem." Now, Jerusalem means city of peace. Thy holy city, the place of thy rest. Right? So is it talking about the physical Jerusalem? No, it's talking about the spiritual, which is the people. The people is a city is a people before is a place. And then ultimately, the Lord's going to get us back into that land. And the land is craving. We want to go home, and the land wants us to come home. So that synergy, that marriage, that harmonious bond that we have is going to come together again. Thus saith the Lord. For all Zion with thine unspeakable oracles, which is talking about who? The prophets, and that people with thy glory. Give testimony unto those that has possessed from the beginning. This is the point of the video. And raise up the prophets that have been in thy name. So when I read that, matter of fact, I should go to this one first. I ain't thinking about that. Actually, they crossed my mind. Revelations 14 and 1, it says, And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood in the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. So the elect, all right, the 144,000 has the name of the Lord written in their foreheads, meaning they always always in that name of the Lord. They know the name of the Lord. It's not a mystery unto them. And I was thinking about it. I'm just gonna quote it. The Lord told the Most High in His prayer, St. John the 17th chapter. Matter of fact, 17 and 9, right? St. John. Any man that says any otherwise, they're a liar to the devil. They say they don't know the name of the Lord. It says, St. John 17 and 9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for thou art thine, and all mine are thine, and thine are mine, and I am glorified in them. Talking about who? The elect. Right? This is all about. It says, and now I am no more in the world, because he left. You have to go right to the right hand side of the Lord. But these are in the world, which is the disciples, which became apostles. And I come to thee, Holy Father, keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. So the name was given. Name is not a surprise. The name is not a surprise to anyone that is calls upon the name of the Lord. All right? There's a sentence. It says, give testimony. When you look up the word for testimony, eyewitness, martyr, same thing. That's what it says in Hebrews 11th chapter. Speaks of a good report. All right, that good report is all the acts of the prophets. Let me get that real quick. All right, which was highly spoken of. It says, Hebrews 11, right, 39. Because it goes into the prophets. And these all have obtained a good report through faith and received not the promise. So what is the good report? They said the scriptures tell you their works follow them. So the good report is the works, is a testimonial of the things that they have done in the name of the Lord. And we have examples of that. The first person I can remind, of course, Yahweh Shai. I was thinking of Daniel's, all right? In the lion pit, the 3 holy children, all right? And so forth. We read Exodus, Moses, Aaron, all right? All the children of Israel, Joshua, Caleb. And these all had a good report. Verse 40. The Most High having provided some better things for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. And the they without us, the us is talking about the prophets. Without the prophets, Israel could not be made perfect in the sight of the Lord. Just like without your Lord, Yahweh Shai, the elect would not be made perfect. And this is the point. It says Romans 8 and 29. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestine to be conformed to the image of his son. So each, the 144,000, has to emulate the image of the Lord. When you go to Malachi, the 3rd chapter, it tells you about the how does it say? The philosophe, I believe it says. Pretty much, the Lord is, Yahweh Shai is the one that's purifying. He's the purifier. All right, he's purifying the brothers out there to be resembling him, so the Lord can recognize the elect as his own son, like his first begotten, so that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. You see that? So the elect is the first fruit out of all the tribes. This is very important. It says, moreover, whom he did predestinated, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. So no man can say nothing, which is going to say, I'm jumping the gun. What shall we then say to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us? Because the Lord his men go through things they go through to be purified in his sight, to be perfected. Let me get this real quick. Ephesians 1 and 5. Having predestined us unto the adoption of the children by Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, to himself according to the good pleasure of his will. All right. I'm going to jump down. Keywords predestinated. Predestinated. Verse 11. In whom also we have obtained inheritance, being predestinated according to the promise of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will. So you have men, which the elect is really dwelling in the guise of nepotism, all right, and favoritism. The world shows this every single time. Shit, everybody that's successful in society was brought up through nepotism, which means you looking out for somebody that's close to you, family-wise. So the elect is the family of Yahweh Shai. And this is why they get to be favored in the sight of the Lord. This is why the Lord, when he didn't pray for all Israel. He prayed for the elect. Okay? And that's where it boils down to. That's all it, at the end of the day, that's all it's about. It's all about the elect. Those that the Lord chose from the beginning to succeed or to defeat this world. Okay? Oh, let me get one more. Just came to my head. Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter, 3:1. That's all right. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, because guess what? A lot of brothers, a lot of sisters that believe in this thing of ours, this beautiful thing, this thing that out of all things to live for, this is to live and to quote unquote die for it. That's the greatest honor any man can have. But in the sight of the unwise, the wicked, when it does happen, it's like your God didn't do nothing for you. But they forget these are the same people that talk shit when Yahweh Shai gave up his spirit. All right. And then as soon as after Yahweh Shai came about, earthquakes, the dead rise, that's when they realize, like, yeah, this is truly the Son of God. That's when the epiphany, that's when it hit them, like, oh, wow. He was the Son of God. All right. It says, in the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure taken for misery. The first thing came to my mind is the 7 sons. They was tortured to death. All right. The scripture tells you that some shall be beheaded. All right. To be a witness, a martyr, meaning witness for Yahweh Shai. Okay. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet in their hope full of immortality, having been little chastened, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. So that wasn't worthy for their own accord. It was for the worthy of the Most High, Yahweh. This is how the story is written. So he already set certain people up for that for that greatness, like yeah. As gold in the furnace, have he tried them and received them as burnt offering. In the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like the sparks among the stubble. And they shall judge the nations. This is the reward. And have dominion over the people. This is the reward. And the Lord shall reign forever. That's the reward. This is why everything's set up the way it is. Through the Lord, all the hell that we catch, just try to maintain. There's a great reward. We ain't fighting for second best. We fighting for the top position. All right. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom.